Hey guys, it's Hailey and happy Valentine's Day, Happy Valentine's Day to you all. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be making another recipe from Rosanna Pansino's cookbook, Baking All Year Round. We are making the heart soft pretzels. I'm really excited to make these. They look so good. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is make the dough, of course. You're going to need your stand mixer and fitted with the dough hook. And then I'm going to pour in some warm water. This is half a cup and I just heated it up in the microwave for about 10 seconds. And then I'm going to add in a 1/4 ounce packet of active dry yeast and 2 tablespoons of honey. And now I'm just going to mix that all together until it's well combined. And once that's all mixed together, you're just gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes until it gets nice and foamy. Once that's all nice and foamy, we are going to add half a cup of pale ale beer. Alcohol gets cooked out, right? And then I'm also gonna add 2 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter and 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar. And I'm just gonna stir that in. And now, once that's mixed together in a separate bowl, I have 2 cups of bread flour, also known as pizza flour, and I'm gonna add in 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And I'm just gonna stir this all together. And you wanna make sure that when you're measuring your flour, you either weigh it out or you spoon it into the measuring cup and you level it off so you don't pack in too much flour. And once you mix together both of those flours, you're just gonna take about half a cup. Oh gosh, got it all over me. And I'm gonna add that to the mixer. And I'm just gonna mix this all together. And once the first half cup of flour is mixed in, we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of salt and about half a cup of the flour mixture. And you're just gonna mix this in and then continue to add half a cup of the flour mixture until you've used it all up. And once the dough is starting to pull away from the sides of the bowl, then that means it's done mixing. Oh, there we go, I got it off. And now I'm gonna lightly flour my work surface. Just get it all around, clean it out, and I'm gonna pour the dough out onto it. Pop. And now I'm just gonna knead the dough for another minute. So to knead dough, it's actually quite easy. Fold back the front of the dough, push it with the palm of your hand and you turn it. Fold back, push, turn. All right, my dough is looking good. You're just gonna wanna form it into a large round. And now I'm gonna place my dough in a lightly oiled bowl and I'm gonna turn it once to coat it so nothing sticks. And I have a piece of plastic wrap here. Oh, I can, yours is still open. I have a piece of plastic wrap here and I'm just gonna cover the dough and we're gonna let it rise for 1 to 2 hours, just until it doubles in size. And if you don't want to wait to let your pretzels rise, I do have a very quick pretzel recipe that has 0 rising time, and you can click up there for that. I'll also link it in the description box. And we're back. My dough has finished rising. It really definitely doubled in size. Earlier, right before I started filming, it was literally touching the plastic wrap. So I'm gonna take off the plastic wrap. I'm just gonna put my dough on my work surface. Oh yeah. So now I'm just going to divide the dough into 15 equal pieces. And then as you're separating them, just take the piece that you separated and roll it into a dough ball. All right, I have evenly divided my dough into 15 pieces, and now we're gonna make the pretzel shape. But actually not the pretzel shape, because these are going to be heart-shaped pretzels for Valentine's Day, but of course you can also make these just normal pretzels if you want to, because they're still gonna be delicious. And while I'm forming each dough ball into my pretzel shape, I'm going to cover the other dough balls with just a wet paper towel or a clean cloth, just so that they don't form a skin. All right, so now to shape the pretzels, I'm just gonna take one of my dough balls and I'm gonna roll it into about a 12-inch rope. It should not be sticking to your hand, so if it's too sticky, you can just add a little bit more flour. Okay, once your rope gets to 12 inches, this is what mine looks like, that's about the size, you're going to make it a circle. It is a circle. We're gonna pinch the ends and twist them to be a heart shape. There we go. Perfect, just like that. Now the heart shape is almost done, but you're just gonna take 2 fingers and pinch together the bottom of the heart. And once you form your heart, place it onto a baking sheet that has been lined with parchment and then lightly greased. And I'm just gonna keep doing this with the rest of my dough balls until I have finished shaping all of them. I've never poached pretzels before, and it sounds kind of complicated, but I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, here we go. All right, so to prepare the poaching liquid, I have 10 cups of water, and I'm gonna pour in half a cup of baking soda. Oh, that was weird. That was so weird. Oh, wow, it's all fizzy now. Okay, and I'm just gonna stir this to combine. And then you're gonna wanna turn your stovetop to medium-high heat and let this heat up until it's about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Or just, you know, if you don't have a thermometer, hot, but not boiling, all right? Hot, but not boiling. I am going to place the first pretzel in. Who will be sacrificed first? Goodbye. It's gonna be okay. Oh my goodness, my pretzel is separating. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. Okay, I'm gonna flip it now. I'm sorry, pretzel, I'm so sorry. And once you've poached your pretzel for 30 seconds on each side, remove it using a salted spoon or a sieve. This is a sad, sad day. I'm gonna try my next pretzel by lowering it in and see if that helps. You know, just take it in slowly, because I kind of dropped my other one. That was very rude of me. Okay, the sieve really does help. Attempt number 3. I'm gonna pinch together the ends really well this time. Good pretzel. This is my first pretzel that did not flop. And by the way, after I poach the pretzels, I'm just putting them onto another baking sheet that is lined with parchment paper. Sorry, there's all this steam in my way. Lined with parchment paper and lightly greased, because that's what we're going to bake the pretzels on. And right after you poach them, you can bake them. All right, so I've not finished poaching all of my pretzels, but I have my first pan ready. I decided to put 5 on each pan. I don't even know why, but that's just the number I decided on. And I'm ready to bake these finally. This is probably one of the most complicated things I've ever baked. Once you're ready to bake your pretzels, there's one last step before you bake them. So I have 3 tablespoons of unsalted melted butter here, and I'm just gonna brush it on top of my pretzels. And now you're not gonna use all of this, okay? Because this is only a third of all of our pretzels. So you're only gonna use some of it. We're just gonna brush the tops. I think you can definitely tell which pretzel was the very first pretzel I made and which pretzel I made last, because this one that I made first was not even a heart-shaped. It was actually just a clump, and I managed to turn it into a rope, so I'm hoping that works. Oh my goodness, they smell so good. Oh, I want to eat them right now, but that would be like really gross. Okay, I'm serious, that would be weird. Once you have the melted butter brushed on top of your pretzels, just take a sprinkling of kosher salt or coarse salt and put it on top. Oh yes. And now I'm finally ready to bake them. My oven is preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to bake these until they get golden brown. It should take 12 to 15 minutes. And voila, here are the heart pretzels that we made today for Valentine's Day. They are very soft pretzels. Ooh, look at that. A little salty, but that's my fault because I sprinkled too much kosher salt on top. But other than that, they're really good. They're so, so soft. Well, thank you so much for baking with me today. Thank you again, Rosanna Pansino, for this delicious pretzel recipe. And let me know in the comments what you guys want to see me bake next, okay? Because I'm always looking for new ideas. I want to try lots of new things in the future, and I have something very special coming up very soon that I'm not going to tell you about because suspense. And if you like food, I mean, who doesn't? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe because I post lots and lots of recipes every single week. And I'll see you in the next video.